For 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My amendment would require the testing of UAVs referred in Section 609 of the bill to be conducted in segregated airspace. Every day, there is roughly 60,000 flights in our national airspace system. Commercial and general aviation is directly dependent on a safe and properly managed system. Before UAVs can share unrestricted airspace with commercial and general aviation, UAV operations must be required to meet the same high safety standards as other national airspace system users, such as commercial air carriers. Frankly, I am concerned about the lost link related incidents where UAV operators lose the ability to control the UAV, and the hazard of this could pose to passengers and crew of commercial airlines in a midair with a UAV would be absolutely catastrophic. Moreover, before UAVs are integrated into the national airspace system, I think there needs to be a rigorous training and licensing for UAV operators whose aircraft share the same flight paths as commercial aircraft carrying 500 or more passengers. I could elaborate further, but for the sake of brevity, I'll just wrap things up here. But make no mistake, I think the UAVs are of critical importance to our country in the support of the work of America's innovators who design and manufacture UAVs. I think Section 09 is a good provision, however, but speaking as a former airline pilot with thousands of hours, to ensure the safety and the integrity of our national airspace system, UAV testing should remain in a segregated airspace. And with that, I urge my colleagues to support this amendment. And I yield back, sir.
The gentleman yields back. Is there any further discussion? If there is no discussion, the question is on. Agreeing to the amendment offered by the gentleman from Minnesota. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Opinion of the Chair, the ayes have it. The amendment is agreed to. The gentleman from Minnesota, I have another amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Clerk will report the amendment.
Amendment to the amendment in the nature of a substitute to H.R. 3116, offered by Mr. Cravaack.
The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. As you know, the border crossing delays cost American companies billions of dollars every year, and some studies claiming the actual cost is between $15 to $30 billion. According to the United States Department of Commerce, border delays at the southern borders cost the United States $600 million in lost revenue per year. As a representative from a district that borders Canada, I know these problems firsthand. I have constituents routinely staying in their cars for 4 hours at a time, getting across international falls in the middle of July for waiting to get over to fishing up in Canada. This situation is unattainable, and I applaud the efforts taken by local government officials to address the problem, and our customs agents for doing an exceptional job with the resources that they have. American businesses, as well as Americans on vacation, need the ability to cross borders in a timely fashion. My amendment would permit the U.S. Customs and Border Protection to accept private funding or real property from private sector companies or state, county, or municipalities for the purpose of constructing a DHS-approved border infrastructure project designed to reduce border wait times. If adopted, the authority provided in this amendment would offer American manufacturers and border communities an increased ability to address the issue of wait times. In addition, more infrastructure projects mean more jobs for American workers. This is a jobs amendment, and as well as enhancing the Border Patrol to do these challenging jobs in a sterling manner of which they do on our borders. While this is not meant to be a silver bullet, this amendment will go a long way towards providing flexibility to border communities and American companies that depend on international commerce and lead to increased opportunities for American economic growth. As such, I urge my colleagues to support this amendment, and I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.